Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday, happy Sunday, wherever you are in this world. So now, as promised, you guys requested for a extensive, detailed mapping on gold. So, given that we are currently on a bigger time frame perspective, we have to first be monitoring and understanding the bigger time frame picture. So, if I zoom this out on a weekly perspective, let me show you something. On a structure basis, we can see that 2 years ago, an engulfing cell on a weekly has been formed over here. To those that knew, I have gotten a sell here before for 500 pips, this area. It took a while, but it did happen. So nevertheless, we understand that anything in this purple zone right now is a fucking strong sell. So imagine if the right side did not happen and this was the first engulfing. It took 2 years to do a sideway and price finally retraces back in. After retracing back into here, weekly does another engulfing sell. So from a weekly perspective, it's a downtrend. There's no way it can be an uptrend until it closes above this box at the minimum. So before we dive in deeper on this side, history always repeats itself. Hence, we just have to first focus what can we find in here that was historical in terms of price. So like I always tell you guys, if we go from weekly, we can jump down immediately to H4 if it's weekly. So I will scroll to the left to the beginning of time. And now, where are the critical levels that made gold went crazy? If you see here, this is the first engulfing by H4 that was made, and sooner or later it was broken immediately as price came back to retest this particular zone. As price go up, goes sideways, comes back down, it did not respect. Xauusd, it dropped. After dropping for approximately 400 pips, it rejected at this engulfing buy and spiked back up back into this zone. And then when it came into this zone, it did another engulfing sell on H4. And this engulfing sell caused the price to squirt down 1,700 pips in a few hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In 40 hours, gold was just down, as anyone who tried to buy anywhere could not have been profitable at all. Okay? So now, what is this price? We just have to go in market first. Okay. But you have to understand and remember, what was the incident of the fundamental perspective that happened here? This was the beginning of the COVID era. So therefore then, we ask, can price ever come back up here? Unless there is a bombing, there is war, there is some fundamental craziness that happens, maybe. But if not, it's going to be quite tough because historically, all-time high, ever your great-grandmother have never seen gold this expensive. So with this point, I call it as an extreme probability of success. 2048, 2040, first location. Second location is here, this engulfing cell. These are extremes. Meaning extremes, in order for price to ever contest and come back here, there needs to be a really strong reason why to. And I don't see anything in this world right now that is as important to make the price go up this high. But we take a pause there and let's go to the future. Look, remember, this was the price that I asked you guys to sell and hold. This price, this area. So from a technical perspective, it has cleared the zone, meaning price has tested. And in order for price to go back there, holy shit, who knows how long it will take. But nevertheless, we go back to the beginning because we need to find historical movements in this big ass purple box, this 1000 pip range seller's zone. So number 1 is here. Where is number 2? Number 2 is this particular engulfing buy that was broken, and look what happened. As price retested this price, zras, 900 pips again, 1000 pips below. So what price is this? This is 2013. Let's see, has it cleared this 2013 or not first? Where we are right now, 2 years later. Look, this is why I said sell, sell, sell. People don't understand why, but look, this particular line was where the engulfing buy was formed and was broken and became this holy price. Okay, so we have all our zones perfected and perfectly respected. So these 3 levels are critical levels, meaning if we ever do come back in here, we can find a potential nice, really scrumptious sell. But like I said, in order for it to come to this level, there needs to be some strong fundamental perspective. But nevertheless, what if the price doesn't come back in here? Where will it fall from in this purple box range? So now look, in this region, I want to show you specifically. Engulfing buy, meets engulfing sell, meets engulfing sell, meets engulfing sell, and zras. Another 1000 pips. So 1968, 1965. Fucking strong zone. Then we see in the future, has it been respected or not? Look, it has touched. It dropped again. This is why, remember that time I was just on sell, 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 sell. Don't fucking stop selling. And then look, it came back here. Touch. Zras. Drop another how many pips? 700 pips. Okay? So, we are currently approaching a critical level for gold, whereby there's 2 scenarios. From a bigger time frame perspective, it's already a sell and it's a perfect sell. The question now is, will it be a continuous sell that does not need to retest any of this level, meaning it's a clean breakout that can go for another excess, maybe 600, 700 pips at the very minimum? Or will it need to retest back in here? This, guys, no one can know. That is why stop loss is our friend. Because once stop loss was 45 pips, we can regain back hundreds, quadruple your money. And that is what you guys have been experiencing with me for the past 3 weeks. But those that does not like to hold, that does not follow the instruction to hold, they like to take profit at 10 pips, scalping here and there, they're gonna feel very dizzy trading gold right now. But for me, I'm on a singular direction and I'm so biased towards the sell, whereby that's why I don't even know now where will it reject. Because 2 scenarios. Will it need to retest this weekly supply zone? Or, let's go back to daily now. Here. Or will it respect this reversal that broke the box from this region? So in a daily perspective, this is the engulfing sell area. Let me change the color now for this. Why do I pick that? Look at here as well. There's an engulfing buy that was broken, meets an engulfing sell. What's the price range of this box? 1955, 1938. Even the daily range of the zone is 100 pips. But look what happens when you do get the movement. You get 6 to 10 times more of what the floating zone is. That's why you need to know when to float. We are at a critical level that floating is worth it. So, now, look at where the price is at. It's at the lower region of this box. It has respected this once and look what happened. From here, It dropped all the way in 2 days continuously for how many pips? 638 pips. So then guys, to look for a buy, you guys know what I mean. I'm fucking scared. Because any price, it can just touch and zras all the way. So the potential of selling is way more powerful than buying. Unless Putin does something, then okay, it's a buy. It's a valid fundamental buy. But as of now, there's nothing strong enough that can beat this weekly supply zone that was formed as the historical high of gold. You guys get me? So therefore, when you ask for me what do I see in gold, I only see sell. I do not want to allow my eyes to see a buy. Until a certain news comes out that supports the buy, and then from there, I can accept any losses I make and I will start looking for a buy. But as of now, I will just hold my trades because my account and my risk management for the account allows me to hold the trade. That's why for you guys, always put BE because you can get the better price. You guys get me? So where do we go from here? The most critical level that we have to see now is understanding where is the purple box. Let me mark it in a different line. Not saying that it touches the purple box, we have to sell. But I'm saying that the purple box will give us a rough indication to what price level should be the maximum for gold. 1960 is maximum. But where can it respect? Now look here. Engulfing sell. Look at this particular one engulfing cell that also has engulfing buy in it, that turn into an engulfing cell, that turns into an engulfing buy, that turns into an engulfing cell, that turns into an engulfing cell. So this is what we call a critical key level that U-turns like to happen, meaning you pull your handbrake, you spin your steering wheel, you U-turn. And it's scary if you witness this thing happening to you, hands-on and real life. But if you do get the movement, you will feel like fucking champions. So therefore, for you guys, where do you wait specifically? Anywhere here. This is why I say BE is important, because the movement is 500 pips, 700 pips if the sell does happen. And so when it does happen, what the fuck is a BE in response to getting 400 pips clean shot? Unless you BE, it hits your BE and then drops 400 pips, then just accept that God doesn't want you to get that movement yet. You're not at that level. But from here, I am only going to be focusing on a sell, and even if I want to look for a buy, it's not going to be anywhere except for the 1915 area. This area. Why there? Look at this. Engulfing sell. Broken. Flew fucking crazy. Came back down. Tried to break. Make a fake out. Flew back again. But why did it flew from here? Because there's an engulfing buy over here. So we are not in a small time frame movement, guys, for this coming few weeks. We are on a bigger time frame movement that an explosion will happen. Up or down, who the fuck knows? So our critical level to start switching our mindset from from selling to buying is only if a daily candle really closes above 1961. Daily candle, yeah, not H4, not H1. Daily candle closes maybe up here, the body 1972, and then okay, we start looking for the buy, because that has the strong momentum to push it back here. Remember, this is my full margin zone I've explained to you guys before. 2019, 2015, this area. But as long as it doesn't break this yellow line, it can just zras. And if it's zras here, what if you get the zras all the way down back to the 1885, 1872 region to do a correction for gold, global correction. So if you don't understand this, please don't act smart. You are just new in this. Don't be saying, oh, Mr. Black Sheep, it's a buy. Why didn't you give us buy? I told you I am biased on a sell. That's why I'm not giving any signal, because I can be wrong, and I admitted that. But if I am right, you will see me flip at least 300 to 400,000 USD. For the risk of what? 50 to 70,000 USD. Fuck yeah, man. Of course I would take it. Are you crazy? The only issue is if you have 50,000 in your bank account, you risk 50,000, then that's you're stupid. I have more than that, so that was the issue. So therefore, wait. If to sell, maybe this blue line, this blue region, 1951. If it doesn't respect 1951, BE, where's next? 1956. But believe me, every time you get a sharp entry, you will at least get 40 pips. I've showed you guys last week. I showed you. We didn't even enter at top. We entered at 1945. I taught you step by step how to get 40 pips easy. And it gave us what? 65 pips. And then if it wants to reject, who can control the rejection? But it's still here. It can respect this guy and then just drops even lower. Who knows? So do not act smart if you do not know what you're doing. Do not try to even play guessing games. We are not in the state whereby you can play guessing games. If you're using 10, 50, 100, $200 accounts, I don't give a shit. That's an amount that you can work and get it back. But what if those that are trading big amounts and then they're trying to scalp? For example, like Mr. Rudy that day. He scalped because he wanted to scalp. He put 4 lots and he almost washed his whole account. Because why? He was looking for a buy. When you are in a seller's zone, you will see that the buy will take longer than the sell. What do I mean by that? Let's look at M5 for example. You guys know, this was the sideway from Thursday, Wednesday. Look at how long it takes for it to spike. It goes sideways, 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 sideways. Okay, climbs back up. It went from here to here. But for it to go from here to here, it took fucking 2-3 days to do its work to push it here. When it gets back here, look how strong it is to go back to where it began. Immediately. You guys get me? And then look, to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candles. 11 candles to climb how many pips? To climb 50 pips. Now let's see how many candles does it take to get back to 50 pips. One candle is 25 pips. Retested back. One candle, 59 pips. So the amount taken to go up is longer than to go down. Meaning, whenever a seller comes in, it will slap the price down. Comes back up. Look at this. It has to do a sideway, do an engulfing, meets engulfing, fly, slowly retraces. Imagine if you buy here, then you put BE, hits your BE, then looks like it's gonna fall, then you press sell, then it spikes back up, and then ding dong, ding dong. But look what happened. When the sellers come in, engulfing sell, meets engulfing sell, immediately 78 pips. So same goes on a bigger time frame perspective. It can spike this much. Oh, but if it starts to reverse, it's not gonna take as long as this. Maybe a few candles was only needed to. But then maybe on Monday it can test this area. This is our critical area for Monday. And how do we judge and gauge whether or not to take the trade in this area? This pink box. What's the price? 1957 is how the H4 respects this blue box. If let's say H4 opens fresh over here, spikes back up a bit, M1 pokes, suddenly it's rush, leaving a long wick. A red candle with a long wick. It's possible. So this is our critical 2 levels to see and monitor. If it doesn't break above 1961, it's still a strong sell. It's just about waiting for the right time to reverse ultra crazy. But if it closes above 1961, and then, okay, we can start looking for a buy to go where? Here. This area, engulfing buy, breaks, meets engulfing sell, meets engulfing sell. So let's just take a small zone up here. Here. This is a nice sweet spot. $1992. 1989. This area. So you guys get me? And then look at this. Ultra sideways. Ultra sideways. Sideways for how long? This was 10 March. From 10 March until 14 April. That is 30 days of sideways. If you can't see that you are in a sideways market, you are just damn blind. So that is why when you understand the gameplay and what's the risk to reward, you start using logic. Don't be sad if people are making 10-20 pips because they hit TP. Like I said, we are not about chasing TPs anymore. We care about how many pips we can hold confidently and secure at the end of the day. So this is goal by me on a Saturday night. Enjoy it, try to understand it, and start doing your own analysis.